What up, family? What up, realists? What up, everybody? Today, we're going to talk about a black superhero with a name that sounds like he's naughty. We're going to talk about the Night Thrasher. Let's be real with D-Real. What up, realists? It's your man, D-Real, and edutainment's what I do. Welcome to another Be Real with D-Real. Let's get into it. Night Thrasher. I have to laugh. I'm sorry. I know. Night Thrasher. Wow. I was on my Ron Friends Tom DeFalco thing, and they were doing a lot of things in the 80s, late 80s. And the latest black superhero in 89 to come out with was a cat by the name of Night Thrasher. All right, let's do it. Night Thrasher made his debut in The Mighty Thor, number 411, in December of 1989. Night Thrasher's true identity is Dwayne Taylor. And Dwayne Taylor's origin story figures much like Batman's. He was the child of a rich and influential parent who ran the Taylor Foundation, which was, of course, kind of like the Wayne Foundation. We rich for no particular reason. But the twist with Mr. Taylor here was that the people who had adopted him after his parents died were the people who killed his parents in the first place. Ty and Andrew Cord. Andrew Cord less so, but Ty, she was a mystic. She was an Asian mystic, and she wanted to use the children of Vietnam veterans who she had gotten into an oath, some kind of little pact or blood oath, so that they would give their children so that she could gain power. They didn't know that at the time, but Andrew chose instead to take Dwayne under his wing and train him up to become a vigilante, a superhero. So he's trained in all different kinds of forms of martial arts and uses his vast fortune to create a suit of armor for himself and ride a skateboard. So I know it's not as simplistic as it sounds, but that is essentially who Night Thrasher is. Not only that, he's an excellent tactician, strategist. In his first outing, which is told retroactively in New Warriors #1, Dwayne gets together a team that he thinks will be a viable option for him to be a superhero. This team consists of an Invisible Girl prototype, a Human Torch prototype, and a Ben Grimm prototype. Of course, Dwayne pictures himself as the Reed Richards prototype because he's the tactician and the brains. And he gets together with Firestar and Marvel Boy at the time, but who later becomes Justice, Fanchastro, with the telekinetic powers that kind of simulate the same kind of abilities as Sue Storm. and Richard Rider, the original Nova, as the muscle of the squad. So they get off into a battle with none other than Terrax. Yes, the Herald of Galactus. And incidentally, Namorita, the niece slash clone of Namor, she joins the fray along with young hero Speedball. They managed to beat Terrax because Terrax isn't at full power, but he's at enough power to give them a hard time. And so they decide, hey, we beat Terrax. Let's form ourselves into a group and be superheroes. And they became the group of superheroes known as the New Warriors. And so the New Warriors' next mission is they get into a skirmish and save Thor, more or less, from the Juggernaut. Dwayne Taylor later on ends up adopting young giant superhero Elvin Holiday, aka Rage, who originally tried to join the Avengers, but he's only 13 years old. And in some instances, it's said that Dwayne adopts Elvin, but I think Dwayne's something like 19, 20. He couldn't adopt nobody. I guess money can get you a whole bunch of stuff. Ultimately, Dwayne is one of the superheroes, more or less, that ends up precipitating the events that precipitate the Superhero Registration Act, which precipitates Civil War. Okay, at some point in their career, actually, there are two Night Thrashers. Let me get that out of the way. Dwayne Taylor and his long-lost brother, Danielle Taylor, if I'm not mistaken, is who is in this picture behind me. He was also the villain known as Bandit, but decided to mend his ways after his brother dies. How does he die? The New Warriors decide to become reality show superheroes. And they go around the country fighting like C-list villains. And until one day in Stamford, Connecticut, they ran afoul of the villain Nitro. Nitro's power is to explode his entire body mass and then reform. Lack of research. Not a very good tactician in that instance. Nitro explodes, killing a whole bunch of people, mostly elementary school kids, and unfortunately, the New Warriors. This leads to the Superhero Registration Act, which leads to Civil War. Bam, there you go. That is the Night Thrasher's claim to fame. Wow. So what do you think of the Night Thrasher? Should he be allowed to be resurrected? Should he be able to come back from the grave? You know, because there were a few stories where they were doing this kind of time slip thing, and they discovered that Dwayne Taylor in an alternate future is evil, and so his brother had to kill him. And do we want to see Night Thrasher again, or can he just stay deceased? Let me know what you think about Night Thrasher, his origin, his team, and anything else you may know about him in the comments below. And as always, comment, like, and subscribe to the Be Real with D-Real page. Little watermark in the corner, picture of D-Real, hit that, and you will get alerts when new material is up. Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. Also do a podcast live on Saturday. I urge and encourage y'all to come to that. That takes place usually around noon Alaska time, which is about 1 p.m. Pacific time and 4 o'clock Atlantic time. So know your time zones and where you fall in. This has been Be Real with D-Real. I'll be back with another one. And until then, y'all be good to each other.